is Edinburgh. This is Christmas market. We are planning for the ghost ride. We are 9 of us. Is where we are planning to go now. Instruction दी गई है, सुसु कर लो, वरना अंदर जाके निकल जाएगा.
That's part of at the beginning. So show you some of the vaults under the South Bridge where people used to live inside the structure of the bridge. Then I'm going to take you to Greyfriars Kirkyard. So aside from the fact that Greyfriars is steeped in fascinating history, we are the only company in Edinburgh to have a key to the locked section of Greyfriars. It's called the Covenanters Prison. Smaller. If you go back 400 years, Edinburgh was a mile long, where the Royal Mile is, and only a quarter of a mile surrounding it. It's arches now. That used to be a loch or a lake. It's filled up with water and called the Nor Loch, or the North Lake. They'd shout, Gardyloo! And they tipped the contents of the chamber pot into the middle of the street. Ironically, you were not allowed to trickle it down the walls because that was considered unhygienic. You had to aim right into the middle of the street. However, 10 o'clock was the same time that all our pubs closed. So there were quite a few drunk Scottish men walking home at exactly that moment. If you lived in Edinburgh and you knew about it, you could counteract the Gardyloo by shouting up, hold your hand! Or hold your hand. And Edinburgh was a city of contrasts. So on one hand, we had people living in abject poverty and sin. We have always been a very forward-thinking city with a very rich merchant class as well. To say, Greyfriars is a public place. We might see other people in the graveyard. They're allowed to be here. When we get to the locked bit at the back, it's exclusively us and nobody else will be in there with us at all. And we've been divided into different sections just by chance. We have semi-good stories on one side. I'm going to tell another comedic tale from the life of a tour guide. So I always stop here to speak. And earlier this year, so in January this year, I didn't realise there was a homeless man lying underneath this gravestone. And I burst into tears of understanding. In the 19th century, Edinburgh was leading the way when it came to medicine and anatomy. And in fact, it's still a very famous. He sometimes had 500 students in his lecture theatre. But I'm talking about his son, King Charles I. Most people in Scotland at the time were Presbyterian, and most people in England at the time were Episcopalian, which is a different way of worshipping.
कुछ तो करेगी वो बदमाशी, कुछ तो बदमाशी करेगी वो.
Drink and no problem. You shouldn't be drunk.
You can be tipsy, but you can't be drunk.
कितना हो गया सुबह से?
I think 6 or 7.
Only? Neat?
Yep.
This is my beer. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? कौन सी वाली है?
Guinness.
Guinness, which is rich in iron. So tomorrow I'll be Iron Man. हमने यहाँ खाना खाया हिंदुस्तानी, वड़ा पाव, पाव भाजी और रुमाली रोटी और साथ में मटन। अमेजिंग टिशू। This is the streets of Edinburgh at night. यहाँ गाड़ियाँ वॉश होती हैं 20 पाउंड्स में, अंदर बाहर प्रॉपर्ली। हम भी कराने आए हैं क्योंकि कल अप नॉर्थ जाना है। After wash and polish, now it's like a brand new car.